Hello students, welcome to the online classes of Sri Mahavir International School, Rainwal. I hope you all are safe at your home and also doing studies on time. And yes, if you have any queries or any doubt in previous videos, so please drop a comment. Okay, now today I am going to start the new topic, that is joint Hindu family business. Hindu undivided family. So joint Hindu family business is a form of organization which is governed by the Hindu law, wherein the business is owned and carried by the members of the Hindu undivided family. Okay, now joint Hindu family business is a particular form of business organization that exists only in India. Okay, and it is one of the oldest forms of business organization in the country. It is governed by the Hindu law. The basis of membership in the business is birth in a particular family, and the business carried out by the member of Hindu undivided family is known as joint Hindu family business. Again I repeat, the business carried out by the members of a Hindu undivided family is known as a joint Hindu family business. So the kind of business is not governed by Industrial or Company Act, but it is governed by the Hindu Act which exists under Hindu law. So there are two conditions for existence of joint Hindu family business. First is minimum 2 male members must be there in the family. Minimum 2 male members must be there in the family. And second is existence of some ancestral प्रॉपर्टी. आई थिंक एंसेस्ट्रल प्रॉपर्टी के बारे में सब जानते होंगे कि क्या होती है, क्योंकि बेसिक वर्ड है ये तो एंसेस्ट्रल प्रॉपर्टी. और जिसको नहीं पता है वो मुझसे पूछे, एक बार कमेंट करे वीडियो में. नाउ the ancestral property is inherited by the male member of Hindu undivided family, the members who share the ancestral property and who are entitled to get a share in the profit of joint Hindu family business. So let's take an example of Bijju Sarkar. Let's take an example of Bijju Sarkar. He has 3 sons. उसके 3 क्या थे? बेटे थे, मयूक, Aniket and Nikhil. So Bijju Sarkar owns a huge commercial complex in Kolkata. He earns a rental income of 12 lakh from it. ठीक है, 12 लाख रुपए. Bijju Sarkar passed away due to a serious problem. His 3 sons inherit the commercial complex and decided to share the rental income equally amongst themselves. The rental income of 4 lakh which is earned by each of his 3 sons is deemed to be income from joint Hindu family business. His sons also have an option to convert this business into a partnership firm or a company if they so desire. So वो हम आगे पढ़ेंगे कि पार्टनरशिप और कंपनी क्या है. तो यहाँ पे सबसे पहले क्या था, और पहले आप ये देखिए कि ज्वाइंट हिंदू फैमिली बिजनेस में जो सबसे बड़ा होगा, मैं आपकी फैमिली में जो सबसे बड़ा है, मतलब वही जो सबसे बड़ा मेल पर्सन है, जो सबसे बड़ा मेल पर्सन वही परिवार का जो मुखिया होगा वो कर्ता कहलाता है. ओके, तो हम वो भी देखेंगे. सो फर्स्टली हम यहाँ पे देखते हैं, देखो अंडर हिंदू लॉ देयर आर 2 सिस्टम ऑफ inheritance. These are, first is Daya Bhaga and second is Mitakshara. So Daya Bhaga, this system prevails only in West Bengal. Under this system the males as well as female members of joint Hindu family can become co-partners as well as co-partners. So Mitakshara, this system prevails all over India except West Bengal. Okay, under this system only male members can become co-partners in the joint Hindu family business. Now look features of joint Hindu family business. The various features of a joint Hindu family form of business are stated below. A first, formation. So, the prerequisite to formation of a joint Hindu family business is a minimum 2 member and a property to be inherited by them. Okay, fine. The business is governed by Hindu Act 1956 and there is no need of an agreement as the membership to the business is acquired by birth in a particular family. And look, for the formation of joint Hindu family business, there should be at least 2 members in the family and ancestral property to be inherited by them. So, business does not require an agreement as membership is by birth. It is governed by Hindu Succession Act 1956. Second is liability. The liability of Karta, who is the head of the family as the eldest member, is unlimited, whereas the liability of all other members who are known as co-partners is limited to the extent of their share in the business. तो कर्ता की तो क्या हुई यहाँ पे लाइबिलिटी अनलिमिटेड हो गई और जो को-पार्टनर्स है, जो अलग और मेंबर्स है फैमिली के, उनकी लाइबिलिटी क्या हो गई यहाँ पे लिमिटेड. ओके, the liability of Karta is unlimited whereas liability of all other members of joint Hindu family business is limited up to their share in the business. तो मतलब जितना the Karta's liability is unlimited, so his personal assets can also be used for paying back the debts of the business. अनलिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी का एग्जाम्पल देख लो आप. द कर्ता लाइबिलिटी इज अनलिमिटेड, सो हिज पर्सनल असेट्स ऑल्सो बी यूज फॉर पेइंग बैक द डेब्ट्स ऑफ द बिजनेस. दैट इज अनलिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी. एंड लिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी कि आपको डेब्ट में पे बैक नहीं, मतलब पेमेंट नहीं करना है अपने डेब्ट्स को चुकाने के लिए, आपकी पर्सनल असेट्स में से कुछ नहीं देना है. ओके, दैट इज लिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी. एंड नाउ कंट्रोल. So, the joint Hindu family business is managed and controlled by the senior most member of the family who is called Karta. Generally question पूछा जा सकता है आपसे, who is Karta? कर्ता कौन है? So, the joint Hindu family business is managed and controlled by the senior most member of the family who is called Karta. Only the Karta has legal rights to enter into contract with outsiders. He only takes all the decision of business. Other members have no right to take decision in the management of joint Hindu family business. Okay. So, the right to manage and control business in the hand of the Karta. All the other members of the business are bound by the decision of Karta. आप उन सभी members को, जो दूसरे और members है, उनको Karta, जो most एजेड पर्सन या हम मान ले मोस्ट ओल्ड पर्सन है, उसकी बात माननी ही पड़ेगी. परिवार की मुखिया की बात माननी ही पड़ेगी. आप एग्जांपल ले लो आप ही की फैमिली का, कि आप हैं, आपके दादा दादी हैं, आपके पापा मम्मी हैं, आपके चाचा चाची. परिवार के मुखिया कौन हुए? दादाजी. और 2 अदर मेंबर्स कौन हो गए? आपके पापा और आपके चाचा. ओके, नाउ कंटिन्यूटी या सॉरी माइनर मेंबर. In joint Hindu family business, a child becomes a member by birth only. So, there is no restriction for a minor to become a member of this business. Okay, fine. या फिर हम बोल दे the minor members may also be present in joint Hindu family business form of business organization. This is because the membership to the family business is acquired by birth in a particular family. Okay, now again I repeat. Joint Hindu family business is a form of organization which is governed by the Hindu law, wherein the business is owned and carried on by the other member of the Hindu undivided family. Joint Hindu family business is a particular form of business organization that exists only in India. It is one of the oldest form of business organization in the country. Okay. It is governed by Hindu law. The basis membership in the business is birth a particular family. The business is managed and controlled by the head of the family who is the eldest member and is called Karta. His liability is unlimited and other person's liability limited. All members have equal ownership right over the property of an ancestor and they are known as co-partners. आपसे ये क्वेश्चन भी आ सकता है, who is co-partners? What is co-partners? Their liability is limited to extent of their share in the business. In order to understand the concept of joint Hindu family business, let's take an again example of X. He has 4 sons, Mayuk, Aniket, Nikhil and Saurabh. And X owns a huge commercial complex in Kolkata. He earns a rental income of 16 lakh rupees from it. And X passes away due to serious problem. His 4 sons inherit the commercial complex and decided to share the rental income equally among themselves. The rental income of 4 lakh, which is earned by each of his 4 sons, is deemed to be income from joint Hindu family business. Features of joint Hindu family business: formation, liability, control, minor members, continuity भी बोल सकते हैं. It is relatively stable form of organization as on the death of the कर्ता. The next eldest member in the family takes place. Again I repeat, it is relatively stable form of organization as on the death of the कर्ता. The next eldest member in the family takes place. If कर्ता की डेथ हो जाती है तो उसके बाद में जो एल्डेस्ट मेंबर, जो उसके बाद में जो बड़ा पर्सन होगा वो कर्ता कहलाएगा. However, the business can be dissolved through mutual consent of all the members. Okay, and yes, not gender equality in joint Hindu family business. On December 2004, a bill was passed in Parliament to amend the Hindu Act. In this amendment, women are given equal rights in joint Hindu family business. This bill was passed to remove the discrimination as contained in section 6 of Hindu Sanction Act 1956 by giving equal rights to daughter as the sons have. Now, as per Mitakshara as well as Daya Bhaga, female can become co-partners as well as like male members of joint Hindu family business. Hindu Sanction Act 1956. Now, next new topic, partnership. या पहले एक आप देख लीजिए case study. Mr. Sumit Grover owns an ancestral house in Goa. On the advice of his friend, he converted into a hotel after renovation. The hotel was running smoothly and revenue from the hotel helped to increase his income. On his death, the property, means hotel, was inherited by his 3 sons, eldest son Raj, second Samir and youngest son Rahul, who continue the business as joint Hindu family business. So first question, name the law which governs the joint Hindu family business. That is 1956 Hindu law, Hindu Act 1956. Who among 3 brothers has right to control business? सो एल्डेस्ट सन, जब कर्ता की डेथ हो जाती है तो उसके बाद में जो सबसे बड़ा होता है, तो एल्डेस्ट कौन है? राज. तो राज, एल्डेस्ट सन राज हैज राइट टू कंट्रोल द बिजनेस एज ही विल बी कॉल्ड एज कर्ता. थर्ड इज व्हाट विल बी लाइबिलिटी ऑफ 3 ब्रदर्स. तो जो एल्डेस्ट है उसकी तो अनलिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी और जो 2 को पार्टनर्स या 2 को पार्टनर्स है उनकी लिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी. ओके फाइन. नाउ पार्टनरशिप सबने बहुत बार पढ़ा होगा, आप लोगों ने कोई बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज़ हुई होगी तो आपने पार्टनरशिप की भी होगी कि ठीक है हम दोनों एक दूसरे के पार्टनर बन जाते हैं, लाइक ऐसे. तो वही चीज़ हम देखेंगे या फिर हम एज ए कंपनी एज ए बिजनेस हम उस चीज़ को आज पढ़ेंगे. सो पार्टनरशिप इज ए पॉपुलर फॉर्म ऑफ बिजनेस. ओके, पार्टनरशिप इज ए पॉपुलर फॉर्म ऑफ बिजनेस फॉर स्मॉल स्केल एंड मीडियम स्केल बिजनेस. सो as the size of business grows, one person is not enough to carry on managerial activities. Therefore, 2 or more person from partnership to carry on business. This form of business start to overcome the problem of sole proprietorship. है ना, sole proprietorship तो आपको पता है, आपने पढ़ा है कि क्या होता है. So, meaning and definition देखेंगे हम अब कि क्या meaning है, क्या definition है. तो देखिए, पार्टनरशिप इज एन एसोसिएशन. पार्टनरशिप इज एन एसोसिएशन ऑफ 2 or more person who agree to jointly pursue a business activity. They pool their managerial and financial resources for the purpose. for the purpose. So partnership is a popular form of business for small scale and medium scale business, right? Now partnership, besides sole proprietorship, partnership is another popular form of business organization that exists in our society. The term partnership literally means an association of two or more people. This partnership is a form of business which involves sharing of the rights to own, manage and control business among two or more persons. Partnership is a form of business which involves sharing of the rights to own, manage and control business among two or more persons. So according to Indian Partnership Act 1932, partnership is defined as the relation between persons who have agreed to share the profit of the business carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. Let's try to understand the definition of partnership in detail. Okay. Now the relation, पहले हम देखेंगे relation. The relationship is established through a contract among the partners. This relationship is established through a contract among the partners between persons. As per the Partnership Act, the number of persons is restricted to minimum 2 and maximum 50 in a partnership form. Okay, as per Partnership Act, the number of persons is restricted to minimum 2 and maximum 50 in a partnership form. Okay, and who have agreed to share the profit of the business, है ना, देखते हैं. The outcome of the business, whether profit or loss, is shared among the partners in a प्रीडिटरमाइंड रेशियो. पहले से रेशियो फिक्स कर लेते हैं, जब इतनी सारी बात होती है तो पहले से रेशियो फिक्स कर लिया जाता है. द रेशियो इज मेंशन्ड इन ए पार्टनरशिप डीड. अब पार्टनरशिप डीड क्या होती है वो भी हम आगे देखेंगे. ओके, द रेशियो इज मेंशन्ड इन ए पार्टनरशिप डीड. इन केस नथिंग इज मेंशन्ड इन राइटिंग, इट इज फॉर assume that the profit and loss will be shared among the partner in the ratio in which they have invested capital in the business. ठीक है. Now carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. Look, the partnership business may be carried out through active involvement of all partners in the business. However, it is not a necessary condition to running business in this form. In certain situation, it is quite possible that the business may be owned by two or more partners, but it may be run by only one of or two of them. However, in such case, the risk borne by the inactive partners increases because they cannot absolve themselves of the responsibility of any wrong action of the active partners. This is because the active partner in the case are deemed to take decision and action on behalf of the inactive partners as well as bind them through their actions. Let's try to understand this part of the definition with the help of an example. Okay, now Arun, Bhuvan and Dev are three partners running a real estate business in Faridabad. Arun, Bhuvan and Dev are three partners running a real estate business in Faridabad. Due to some family issues, Arun is not able to devote sufficient time to the business. Okay, so the business is being managed by the other two partners. Due to the negligence of Bhuvan and Dev, the builder uses poor quality cement in construction of one of their project. So in their case, if any mishappening occurs due to the use substandard quality of cement, Arun will also be held responsible for the same like the other two partners, as the decisions and the actions of held responsible for the same like other two partners, as the decision and action of partners are binding on the other partners as well as. Now definitions. So look, the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Partnership is the relation between two or more persons who have agreed to share the profit of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. या फिर partnership, Alex Henning. Partnership may be defined as the relation between the person who agree to carry on a business in common with a view to private gain. Yeah. Or a partnership firm is a group of men who have joint capital or service for the prosecuting of some enterprises. Or partnership has two or more members, each of whom is responsible for the partnership. Each of the partners may be bind the other for debts for the partnership. Okay, यहाँ पे 4 डेफिनेशन दी हुई है, उन 4 में से कोई एक डेफिनेशन आपको अच्छे से लर्न होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज अभी तो नहीं 11th में तो, लेकिन 12th में एग्जामिनर पे बहुत अच्छा इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा, एंड 11th में भी आप बहुत अच्छा लिखेंगे तो मुझ पर बहुत अच्छा इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा. सो एक डेफिनेशन बहुत अच्छे से लर्न कीजिए हर टॉपिक में, एवरी टॉपिक में. सो नाउ फीचर्स ऑफ पार्टनरशिप. The feature of partnership firm are explained below. Now, first is formation. So, the partnership form of business is governed by the Indian Partnership Act 1932. It comes into existence by legal agreement between the partners, that is partnership deed. What is partnership deed? It comes into existence by legal agreement that is between the partners, that is partnership deed. In this agreement, the terms and conditions of partners, the ratio of sharing of profit and losses are specified. The partners must enter into an agreement for carrying a lawful business run with the motive of earning profit. So, if two people join together for charitable purpose is not partnership. आज हम डोनेशन कर रहे हैं तो मैं और मेरी सिस्टर है वो बोलती है कि चलो ठीक है हम एक साथ डोनेशन कर देते हैं, 50% तुम लगाओ 50% किसी भी लाइक 5 लाख रुपीज़ डोनेट करना है तो 2,50,000 तुम दो, 2,50,000 मैं देती हूँ, तो दैट इज नॉट ए पार्टनरशिप. सो इफ टू पीपल ज्वाइन टुगेदर फॉर चैरिटेबल पर्पज नॉट ए पार्टनरशिप, एंड even two people joining together for unlawful activities such as robbery, stealing, gambling, etc. is also not partnership. Okay, now the working of a partnership firm is governed by the Indian Partnership Act 1932. A partnership form of business come into existence through a legal agreement. The agreement contains the terms and conditions that govern the relationship among the partners. Beside many other aspects, it defines the mode of carrying the specified business, the ratio in which profits and losses will be shared among the partners, and so on. Doing lawful business with the objectives of earning profit is the precondition to a partnership business. So also the activities undertaken by two or more persons for charitable purpose will not comprise a partnership. Now, liability of the partners. The liability of all the members of a particular firm is unlimited. The liability of all the members of a partnership firm is unlimited. The partners are individually are collectively liable to pay back the debts of the firm. At the time of loss, if the firm's assets are not sufficient to pay back the debts, then the creditors can have claim over the personal property of their partners also. Okay. So, the liability of the partners of a partnership firm is unlimited liability. The partners are considered to be individually and jointly liable to settle claims of the third party against the firms. If the assets to the firm are not enough for repaying debts of the firm, in such a case their personal assets may be utilized. For example, the business assets of partnership firm of two partners, Anthony and Akbar, amount rupees 10,000, but the debts that remain unpaid are 80,000. So, considering the fact that the partners are both jointly and individually liable to third party, so the creditors can approach both the partners for the repayment of debt. The liability of the partners is unlimited. Okay, now their personal assets may be used jointly, maybe in their profit sharing ratio, to settle the additional claim of 70,000 rupees. However, either of them will have to repay the entire debt in case the other partner is unable to do so. Okay, now risk bearing. The partner of the partnership firm share the profit of the firm in the ratio specified in the agreement. In case no ratio is specified in the agreement, then the profit is divided equally among all the members. So, The risks related to the business are borne collectively by all the partners. The losses are shared among them on the basis of the predetermined ratio or predetermined ratio. In case no ratio is specified in the agreement, then the profit is divided equally among all their members. Profit be or loss be. Now, decision making and control. All the partners are allowed to manage the partnership firm. They may specify the work area of each partner in the partnership deed also. So, generally day-to-day management is carried on by one or two partners, whereas the circular decisions, all the crucial decision, all the partners are consulted. So the right to decision making and control of business lies in the hands of owner of the business. So the right to manage and control the day-to-day business activities shared amongst the partnership themselves. Okay, now continuity. The partnership firm continues till all the partners desire to continue. It comes to end at the retirement or death of any one partner. Even after retirement and death, also the partnership firm can continue if all the remaining partners agree. In their case, they settle the claim of outgoing partner and then continue with the business. Okay, now partnership is not considered to be a very stable form of business organization. This is because the death, retirement, insolvency or insanity of any partner can bring the business to an end. Number of partners. The minimum number of partners to form a partnership are 2 and maximum as per section 464 of Companies Act 2013 is 100, not 50, now 100, subject to the member prescribed by the government. At present, as per Rule 10 of Companies Act 2014, the maximum number prescribed by government is 50. So, इसमें confuse मत हो जाना, अच्छे से वापस बोल रही हूँ. The minimum number of partners to form a partnership firm are 2 and maximum as per section 464 of Companies Act 2013 is 100, subject to the number prescribed by the government. At present, as per Rule 10 of Companies Act 2014, the maximum number prescribed by government is 50. Mutual agency relationship. Every partner is the owner as well as the agent of the firm and agent of other partners. The acts of one partner are binding on other partners. Each partner is entitled to take part in the management and enter contact with outsiders. So the contract signed by any one partner is binding on other partners. Partnership business can be carried on by all the partners or by any of them acting on behalf of the others. या फिर as per the Partnership Act, partnership business can be carried out by all the partners or any one of them acting for all. This means that every partner is both an agent of other partners and principal for himself. He is an agent of other partners and he represents them and thereby binds them through his acts. He is principal as he too can be bound by the acts of other partners. For example, Abhinav and Naved are partners in a partnership firm, manufacturing organic sauces and pickles. In order to increase the profit of the firm, Abhinav decided to use substandard raw material without the knowledge of Naved. As a result, many incidents of food poisoning are reported by the consumer and case has been filed against the firm. In the case, the wrong act of Abhinav is binding on Naved too due to the fact that mutual agency is distinct feature of partnership. Okay, now merits of partnership and demerits of partnership. We will discuss about the demerits and merits in next video. Thank you and have a nice day to all.